All right, we're reading chapter 115 of the One Punch Man webcomic. I don't know. The last one ended with Flashy Flash, Lightspeed Flash, offering to tell the story of how he knows Sonic, their mutual history, and Saitama dismissing him, saying, if it's going to take a long time, just don't bother. But I kind of feel like we're going to hear it anyways. I feel like we're actually going to delve into it. Yes, the Ninja Village. Orphans under the age of 7 are gathered, molded into assassins through over 10 years of training, and then dispatched to the factories of the underworld. The Ninja Village. I was 5 years old when my parents sold me to the village. Escape from that facility is impossible until one completes the curriculum and obtains permission to graduate. The marks left by those punishments for my failed escapes remain to this day. And here we see what the Ninja Village actually is. That it's, at first I really romanticized it. I thought it would be, you know, like waterfalls and arches and old style buildings, a place frozen in time, deep within enchanted woods, you know, some Naruto type stuff. But no, it's a huge black box, and the interior looks like a prison cell. Day in the Ninja Village consists of 72 hours with only 6 hours for sleeping. The food there had no taste. Information from the outside world was completely cut off. We became machines that did nothing but hone their killing skills day by day. We weren't allowed to express joy, anger, or sorrow. Those who completely lost emotions received excellent ratings. Calling it a hellish environment would be appropriate. So, here we see actual footage of the training at hand. This guy who's like a commanding officer or whatever. Do not fear pain. Tears will only affect your field of view. Remember how to hold them back. I don't hear any response. There's a Flashy Flash. And we know, yeah, the 44th graduation class, just like they talked about in the remake, should not consider each other comrades. No need to talk to each other. Consider the other team members part of the practice platform. So didn't they say something about this, the final 44 or something? So was it that Flashy Flash destroyed the Ninja Village on his way out or something? Ever coming across each other post-graduation, then it's kill or be killed. If you leave an opening, you'll get stabbed. Remember that. 3-hour training with the fitness instructor in the swamp. This guy on the bottom left here looks like the guy that was in Scar in Mob Psycho. You know, the mohawk. He had a bunch of piercings. This guy doesn't have a piercing, but whatever. Crossover? Crossover confirmed. Shared universe confirmed. So this is pretty brutal. This is an unexpectedly hellish place. It kind of goes against most of the other sorts of things we've seen in the series, which are far more goofy. Things like the House of Evolution, when you really kind of delve into it, it's very horrific. And there's always stories of great loss and devastation, like Genos' backstory. But normally these things are just kind of told to us. They're just sort of motivating backstories or explanations, rather than something you really immerse yourself in like this. So this is pretty brutal and quite unexpected. And Lightspeed Flash up until this point has been totally just a character of ridicule, you know? Like, we're encouraged to see him as overly self-serious and unaware of his true power in the world, and just a constant source of humiliation, incidentally, by Saitama. But this is pretty bad. This is definitely going to lead us to empathize with him. Those with low grades can look forward to an even brutal training program. Pushed us to our limits without actually breaking us, because as far as the village is concerned, we are a precious commodity. As their future source of income, they spared little expenses in investing in us. We were kept alive with medicines formulated using secret recipes. We couldn't even kill ourselves. At some point, I got in the habit of pretending to lag behind. Chose to act weak just so I can complete the harshest training regimens. Ooh! Ooh, I like that. I like that. Because up until now, we're like, wow, this brutal environment produced such a person as Lightspeed Flash. But no, within that environment, he found this path to thrive even more. It was his characteristic from the start. Excuse me. So here's Speed of Sound Sonic, the fateful encounter. Show you some tips when it comes to bladed weapons. So he's trying to help him out. Sonic used to be seemingly a pretty nice guy, even though they had just had this lecture about it's kill or be killed, they're not your comrades, they're your enemies. He tries to offer a hand. First time I ever spoke to Sonic, who's in the same graduation class. And this is what talking in private will get published. And those failing grades put him in the same class as I. He always lent me a helping hand without asking for anything in return. A heretic. Our physicalists, similar physiques, used each other as practice platforms for advanced techniques. The only one I could talk to. Talking to another person helped me recover those emotions that got chipped away through training. It was good for me. This is nice. A secret relationship. It's endearing. Members of the failing class were given all sites of tasks. Forest inhabited by genetically modified savage beasts in order to erase our presence and survive for 720 hours. Excuse me, that's a long time. That's 30 days. That's a whole month. A whole month of just constantly fighting beasts in the woods. 2 of us managed to kill all the beasts on the very first day. Spent the rest of the time studying techniques. See, I really like this stuff, where you have this really brutal system, and on one hand, you kind of think it's supposed to make the characters more sympathetic that they've gone through this thing. But it really just drives home how extraordinary the characters are. That they can still find these modes in which they can thrive. Sustained by the memories of your previous life on the outside is the reason why you haven't lost yourself. I was born inside the facility, enrolled in the training program, and lived my life in accordance with it from day one. Why is it that I'm not thinking like a machine despite having gone through all of this? Soldiers refer to us as failures, but they're wrong. They don't have a strong heart, and their powers cannot control. Dream for the future. The highest-ranking officer of the Ninja Village and seize control of this facility. Destroy this organization's garbage institution, so orphans like us can grow up more freely. Assassination skills are good for killing people, but nothing else. The true value is the power to live one's life freely. Not that power you'll have, but you'll help me achieve it, right? The look in your eyes is the same as mine. This is really nice. I love the way this is depicted too. This kind of long, in the way that children awfully speak. This, it's not disjointed or rambling, but it has this sort of insistence, this kind of juvenile insistence to it. And I think that it's really nicely depicted by this long, flowing, shifting speech bubble. I would love to see how it looks in the original. Above the glowing campfire. It's wonderful. It feels like this is all just, it could be a manga on its own, you know? It would be kind of a cliched story, but you can see the depth of one's characterization powers. Several years had passed. 16 years old, my excellent abilities have long since been acknowledged and was ranked number 1. My sense of justice was burning ever so fiercely against the headwind. The day of my graduation exam, I killed everyone. Instructors, the staff, other members of my graduation class, and anyone who had anything to do with the facility, successfully removing the evil at its roots. My fierce determinations and tireless efforts bore fruit in that instant. That's right, that's right. That's what the other ninjas had said. And implicitly, they had made reference to this. Since Sonic lay sick in bed, he wasn't able to witness me at my finest. The rumor of the Heroes Association establishment reached me and began using my power for professional hero work. Okay, that gets us mostly up to speed. Lost his way somewhere along the path towards the dream he told me about. Sudden exposure to the outside world must have prevented him from finding his way of life. He took on odd jobs that required his assassination skills. A long time had passed since then. I didn't expect him to still be alive. We see here a whole bunch of criminals. Names on the posters listed in English on the last page. Cool. I feel like probably none of them will be of consequence, given that they're all A's and B's and C's, Sonic being the only S-class criminal on the list. But it's nice characterization. Who knows? Maybe in something as impactful, just like another kind of throwaway scene, you'll recognize, oh, hey, that's That's Reidoboru. Reidoboru. Or Nemin. Nemin? You remember Nemin, the C-class criminal? Is this why you think he sees you as his enemy? Removing the evils at the roots, why'd you let Sonic escape? Turning to a vicious assassin who repeatedly targets Master Saitama is the result. Plan was to poison him. So he's mixing poison in with a tasteless stew. We've actually teetered on the edge of death as well, but as someone who remained dead until last until graduation. Oh. Dead last in terms of the rankings. For some reason I got like really confused. Someone who remained dead. Last until graduation. I was like, what does this mean? Dead last until graduation. Right. So he was put through the ringer time and time again. His resistance strong enough to make it through the poison. But why try to kill Sonic in the first place? His goal was roughly the same as yours. He just wanted to rise in power within the institution and then shut things down. Whereas Flashy Flash took the more direct praxis of just slicing everybody up. Which is both valid schools of thought. We can hash it out in reasonable debate with our words and not our swords. This is so good. It's clear that the only part of the story that Saitama was interested in was the stew. Not even the part that said tasteless stew or poison mixed into stew. You just heard the word stew and you got thinking, still some broccoli and carrots left in the fridge. Yeah, pretty nice stew going. Alright, this is great. Saitama, once again, not giving a crap at all about the lore. The wind blows. Genos and Flashy Flash kind of commiserating here. Even though they've been at each other's throats just before, I think they're just like, man, this guy is a pain in the butt. You just can't say anything to this guy. Okay. So, Sonic, hanging out in this building, is approached by other ninjas. Now, this one ninja guy here kind of looks like, the two of them sort of look like the ones that showed up in the remake. But I kind of doubt they are, because it's like, with all the stuff we've learned, it doesn't go against the canon. It doesn't retcon anything that we saw in the remake. So I think those things are going to be kept like co-canon. But of course those guys died in the remake. So, yeah. Oh my gosh! Wow! This is awesome! You're so crazy for this one. I can't, This is someone who truly, truly, truly loves manga. And truly loves the way that shonen series can expand their cast like this. Look at these amazing... Alright, so once again, I think we're mostly with the redundant naming scheme. Gale, Wind, Thunderous Thunder, Hellfire Flame. But Gale, Wind, and Hellfire Flame, weren't those the ninjas in the remake that died? So are we getting some sort of canon crossover crisis? I don't know, but I don't know. Man, when this chapter gets remade, I hope it's like 50 pages of just ninjas giving introductions, but they each get like a full page spread. Crazy mad, chaotic chaos, ballistic bullet, again, totally redundant. The 9th grade surplus. And he's kind of like an old man now. Ballistic bullet, darkness, dark, destructive, destroy, brute force, murderous slaughter, illusionary phantasm, melodious melody, colorful color. Hey, the 13th graduating class seems kind of nice. We just did nice things. Instant moment, vibrating vibe, frozen freeze, screeching scream, heavenly sky, rainbow-colored rainbow, balanced balance, muscular muscle. Reunion of the old graduate from the village where private relationships were forbidden. Who'd have guessed? Yeah, so they must have had some way to come into contact with each other. Who knows how long they've been planning something like this? And who knows what their purpose is with coming to see Sonic? We're the Heavenly Ninja Party, gathered together because we share similar beliefs, an elite assassination squad specializing in combat from generations of graduating classes. Destruction of the ninja village, we have readjusted our frame of mind. Gathered in secret, preparing behind the scenes in order to carry out this plan. The time has come. He has finally awakened. The world's about to be turned inside out. He has finally awakened. Who is he? Jeez. This is like all over the place. I thought, you know, okay, we're getting like Ninja Village arc, we're getting the Ninja Village backstory. Something like this doesn't surprise me too much. That we get a whole bunch of ninjas. Not only doesn't it surprise me, it delights me. It's so far beyond what I could have hoped for, and yet is exactly what I was hoping for deep down. It's ninja after ninja after ninja. But who is this he that's finally awakened? I kind of think it must still be something more to do with the ninjas. That it's something they know about, that they assume Sonic understands the importance of, that Sonic says no way, he gets it right away. Some sort of primordial ninja, some sort of long hidden master who has found his time. But if it's something to do with the ninja village, like in retrospect, sure, they have imparted the aesthetics of ninjadom onto these assassins, but Ninja Village was kind of a cruelly ironic name for what amounted to just like a prison out in the woods. So it's like tempting to kind of think along these mythological lines and to go back into kind of this Naruto fantasy about who this he could be. But like, well, let's also be real with it. And yet, you know, I do think that there must be some serious power concentrated in there. If they were able, for 44 generations of graduating class, hold down the collective power of the students with the power of the guards and the managers and what have you, there must be some very powerful people involved. The founder of the Ninja Village, one of the strongest ninja in history, that's him. Ever since he fought Blast in an epic battle and lost consciousness 15 years ago, he has been lying dormant in a recovery capsule. We will welcome him as the leader of our party, assassinate our greatest enemy, Flashy Flash, and then publicly execute the aging Blast. Holy! Alright, there's a lot to take in there. So first off, we get another extremely rare panel of Blast. This is the young Blast, though. They make reference to the aging Blast, so you know, it's been 15 years later. I suppose he's quite an older man now. They're planning on assassinating Flash, of course, which is kind of how this ties into our boys, Saitama and Genos, who have been not of their own volition, but hanging out a lot with Flashy Flash lately. And then after that, we have no enemies left. Days of keeping a low profile and abiding by the rules will be over. We will enter onto the world stage with our abilities, using our overwhelming ninjutsu skills. We will make the Heavenly Ninja Party known throughout the world. Also a part of our plan, Sweet Sun Sonic, get Flash over here tomorrow night. Same generation, do your job properly and you will rule him out with any problems. So works as a hero. No threat his way. Should follow you here. I'm going to kill you by yourself, the rest of us will be on standby. Long life, listen to your seniors and obey. Those who betrayed will be executed. He will also grace us with his presence tomorrow. So we're going to get to see him, I'm almost certain, either in this chapter or the next. Because it cuts already to the next day. I just don't think, like, what I want to see, what I'm hoping for, is like just a total reprioritization of Flashy Flash, because he's becoming obsessed with this whole Saitama issue, that he doesn't even want to bother showing up. Like, that this whole elaborate plan isn't defeated as it is dismissed and ignored, because he just has bigger things to worry about now than some stupid challenge from Sonic. Oh, okay, okay. Never mind. All right, all right. I hope to see that because it just felt like the sort of gag that one would go for. But this is fine too because I am very interested in seeing what is up with him. Challenging me to a duel now. What do you hope to accomplish? Completely forgotten about you until I ran into you again yesterday. Never figured out which one of us is better. Different time compared to the training area. Except my duel flash. Okay, we're about to see a very high-speed, intense ninja fight, perhaps. I'm gonna do this, even if it means throwing away the life she almost lost back then. Enough of your nonsense. Sonic flies at them. They're both unarmed, it seems. Pure ninja fighting. Okay, so Saitama coincidentally also playing Sonic a visit. Do you know so walking Rover about to do a poopy? Mwah. This is mwah. This is the domestic life they have. It's so beautiful. So Saitama knows his address from all of these annoying letters of challenges that he's been getting. Okay. So Saitama arriving on the scene too. Their big evil ninja plot, perhaps getting squashed by the end of next chapter. Name Flash. Anyway, that game is yammering at me nonstop because I broke his sword, right? A replacement sword from Sonic and give it to Flash would be square, right? Brilliant. A brilliant mind is within that bald head. Look at that. Thinking of the resources he has, the humans and friendships and whatever, the relationships of any sort that he has, and how they can help him out in these times. Yeah! That's not very nice. I'd say the guy would probably with the sword easily. Charge at me with the sword. Son flying and snatches dangerous sword. It's educational. It's not by force. It's self-defense. It's time to sever the connection between our fates once and for all, even though it's not much of a connection to begin with. So this is kind of cool. But this is our proper Sonic arc. He's been this kind of recurring joke villain character for so long, way back to the first volume. He's had so many run-ins with Saitama, and they've all ended in the same disastrous way. But now here, he's going to be redeemed. Well, not redeemed, sorry. That's, no. That's definitely the wrong word. He's going to be given a real chance to shine. He's going to be the focus for a while. And in some ways, maybe Saitama will help him out here too? Because it kind of feels like Sonic doesn't necessarily want to betray Flash like this. Like that maybe deep down he still feels a camaraderie with him. And I think he appreciates mostly the fact that Flashy Flash had shut down the Ninja Village. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll see in the final chapter of this rare, fantastic triple update.